Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at single target assassination. We did another video uploaded here today as well for Cleave and Mythic Plus. That got a bit long, so we're going to try to keep this shorter. So let's just get started. So here we have the talent builds. This video here we're going to go over more in depth of the talents you're going to choose in the options you have, more rather than going into like the more playstyle full guides. We're going to cover the very basics of how you play assassination rogues with this spec as well. But we're not going to go too much into depth. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe because we are going to do a more in-depth video. So, the assassination build here. Some of the notable things we're going to go for is we're going to go for Tide Spender, we're going to go for Shadow Step, and we are going to go down into the middle tree because we want Resounding Clarity and Echoing Reprimand. Other things we're going to take is we're going to take Deeper Stratagem for that sweet 6 combo point. We're going to take Alacrity for more haste. Haste is really beneficial, especially early on for assassination, because it gives us more procs. It gives us a lot more stuff. We need more energy, which means more procs, which means more energy. It's just generally a really good thing to have. Some of the defensives, we have cheat death. You could also take elusiveness. In 99% of raiding scenarios where you're playing single target DPS, you want to be taking cheat death. Tizzelty, Seal Fate, pretty much just flat ones. Poisons, you can choose whatever, but like the Tizzelty is really good to have. Seal Fate, Vigor. We don't really want any of the ambush modifiers and Shadow Dance, so we're going to stay clear of that in the Rogue tree. In the Assassination tree, this is where it gets a bit more interesting, because here we're going to almost max out the 2 first row. We're not going to take Internal Bleeding. We can't Kidney Shot a Bus, so no reason to take this. Although it is known to be doing a lot of damage in previous expansions. Improved Poisons. Failed Concoction would be like a nice damage increase if we had an extra point to spare, but we do not. Because what we need to take is we need to take Improved Garrett, because this is a massive DPS increase, especially for if there's like a 2-tile cleave or a little bit to cleave. You can drop a Vanish, Garrett, then just massive increase of damage here, because we don't have any cooldowns, so we can spread it a bit more. We don't have Carnage as well, so we can't just Carnage everything. That would also be severely overkill. To Vanish to spread more. And one thing to note here, when you Vanish and apply Garrett, you can like Garrett, Rupture, Garrett, Echoing Reprimand, and to a Rupture. So then you have 2 Pandemic stacked empowered buffs that is going to do a crazy amount of damage. And when we have that max duration, we want Exsanguinate, because shit's gonna bleed out quickly. Sadly, Exsanguinate has just been nerfed, and you may have noticed in my other video that, hey, that used to be a 45-second cooldown. It is sadly no longer, which is kind of shit. So we'll see how this plays out here. Assassination should still be like a pretty high up spec. It's just not as good, because like many of the strengths of Assassination doesn't really come from Exsanguinate. I think this is kind of nice. But like the fact they made it a 3-minute and not a 2-minute to line it up with Deathmark is just mind-boggling to me. Yeah, other things. Shiv is a great tool because it gives us more damage, more nature damage to the target done, 20%. It's lovely. We have 2 of those, so we can just shiv off and pop some bleeds. It's gonna be nice. Vicious Venoms, pretty nice. More damage as nature. Which, again, ties into the shift on Mutilate and Ambush, which is mostly going to be Mutilate. We are having Light Side as well, so we're going to place a little bit of Ambush, but not that much. Systemic Failure, again, more damage on Mutilate and Ambush. Quite nice. The main event here of the spec here is Dragon Tempered Blade. So we are going to... This is like the epitome of Chris. Do not forget your poisons. It's even more important now. I am notoriously bad at forgetting my poisons. So Dragon Tempered Blaze is going to make this even worse. Dashing Scoundrel, Envenom increases your crit. Generates more energy. It's super nice. We have Poison Bomb. Good old Poison Bomb as we know it. Then we have a new thing. Amplifying Poison. So this stacks up on your target, and it stacks are consumed to increase damage of Envenom. So massive more Envenom hits. So you definitely want to like shift into Envenoms to get more nature damage. Lastly, we have Shroud of Suffocation. Again, more damage on Garrett. But it shoots from stealth. Those vanishes again. And this is pretty much the talent overview as it is right now. And how it plays out single target. So I've just gone over some of the main heroes. We haven't got as much in depth. If you're interested more about the talents, check out the... here we got the Mutilate. No, the Indiscriminate Carnage build and stuff. The other video, check that out. It will be linked at the end here of this video, so you can just click that. So, now that we've covered the single target talents, I'll show you a little bit about how it plays. Alrighty guys, so we are back here and with a training dummy. So I'll just go over quickly here how you do the opener and how the spec as in general plays out. So what we're gonna do here is we are building up dots and we are slamming Exsanguinate, Death Mark, and Shiv. Along with all our other cooldowns, popping and Facility. Once our energy gets low, so we can keep that burst rolling. So, let's take a look at how that looks. So, we, to get the optimum out, we're gonna Garrett, slice and dice Garrett. We're gonna mutilate. We're gonna rupture. We are gonna do our echoing reprimand and then rupture again to get like a max pandemic rupture. And follow that up with a Shiv, Death Mark, Exsanguinate, and keep that bolt going. So this is how it's gonna look. There we go. We get that second rupture. We mute. We get the rupture. There we go. Shiv, Death Mark, Exsanguinate. Our energy is low. We pop a Facility. We also want that juicy bonus there. Get that prog up. Once our Garrett here is about to run out, we vanish. We Garrett. We don't want to refresh that rupture because that still have the empowered Exsanguinate bonus on, making it tick really quick. And once that is about to be done, we want to refresh after. We want to let it drop all the way off here. And then we can fill in shifts here when we have a lot of damage to drop off. So generally you don't want to overcap and shift. Once the energy gets low, we pop another Facility. And we just keep the ball rolling. Energy low, Facility. There we go. We have another Echoing Reprimand. We can use these here to both like fill up some really large pandemic windows or drop some big envenoms. Either is perfectly fine. I recommend if you need one combo point, drop a ship into like envenom. That will give you like a big nice damage output. And other than that, when we play our Assassination, we just want to make sure here we press the procs and utilize as many dots as possible. We don't want to refresh dots too early, but we want to like make sure here once we have about a third of our dot left, we refresh them and make great use of that pandemic window. That also means that before we drop in our big boy Exsanguinate here, is that pandemic window has to be refreshed fully. Also, the stacks of amplifying poison is good to keep down. We don't want to overcap, so make sure we run that up. And that, I think, is going to be it for this video here. Thank you very much for watching all the way through. If you did here, guys, there's a little secret here, because instead of you guys copying the talents and shit, I'll paste the import string in the pin comment down below. Once you're down there, don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and leave a comment what you thought of it, or just like an emoji explaining how excited you are for Dragonflight or something like that. It helps the algorithm and it helps me. Thank you very much for doing so. And if you're wondering, Chris, but aren't you like a live stream? Yes, I stream over on twitch.tv/Killakris. So go and drop a follow over there and check out the live streams. We have a lot of community raids coming and a lot more guides coming as well as Mythic Plus. So definitely don't forget to check that out. And if you're wondering what to watch next, here is the other video. So you can check that out and learn about the cleave talents.